everyone, I'm Nico.
And I'm Jack.
And welcome to another podcast.
Hey.
Yes, it's another glorious day here in Beijing.
It's absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of this spring weather.
Just can't. It's just so nice. So we thought we would bring you a podcast from outside in our little garden thing. So today's topic is...
Marriage, right?
Yes, getting married in China.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Now, I'm sure a lot of you know, if you've been watching our videos for a little while, like we obviously got married in China.
We did, yeah, we did.
I mean, that's not obvious, but we did get married in China, and you can check out this video if you haven't seen it. And we talk obviously all about it there. God,
Yeah.
I need to stop saying obviously. But we talk all about it in this video. But I thought it'd be interesting to compare weddings that, I guess, your stereotypical wedding
Yep.
with that of a Chinese wedding, because we recently went to a friend's wedding here in China. It's just a really interesting topic, and obviously we did not get married in conventional way. We're not saying that these stereotypical ways are the only way or the right way or the way that everybody does it, but we're just going to talk generally.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about a general stereotypical day in the UK, what a wedding would look like.
Yep.
Now, usually before the wedding, you would have like a big hen and stag do.
Yeah, so that's where you get together with your mates, like the groom.
Yeah.
So the guy will get together with all his mates. So will the girl. She'll get together with all her mates. They'll
Yeah.
paint their nails or whatever. The guy will
Paint
go
their
out
nails.
and
Well, I mean,
play golf.
stereotypically,
behave himself.
it seems that the males would get a stripper and the girls would have lots of cock-themed things. To be honest, not any hen do that. It just, no. Anyway, that's not my thing, but I'm
No
sure...
comment from me.
No comment. So usually you have that beforehand, and then on the day, you would be separate, and it's bad luck usually to see the bride or groom before the wedding, and you shouldn't see the bride's dress. And
So you shouldn't see each other, is what you mean.
shouldn't see each other yet. So you should meet at the place that you're getting married. Obviously, it might be a church or a hotel or wherever you're
Yep.
going to get married. Usually, you would get married. There would be the ceremony on the day. You would get your photos taken on the day. People would come and celebrate, and then you would go to a venue
Yep.
somewhere else, and then you would have like a dinner. It's called a wedding breakfast. I don't know why, because it's never usually in the morning. You'd have a dinner, and then in the evening you would have like a DJ or a band would come, and you would have dancing, and you would stay up pretty much until the place closed, drinking, dancing.
It's quite a long, drawn-out affair,
It's
isn't it?
quite a long affair.
If
Yeah.
you would like to know more about this topic, I'd recommend the film Four Weddings and a Funeral, which gives you a good insight into wedding culture.
Yeah, well, that's a
okay.
great film. I love a bit of Hugh Grant, so that is a wonderful film. Maybe we should watch that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is just a roundup of a day in
Yep.
the UK. Obviously, we don't know. We didn't get married that way, but a lot of other people do. Now, it's very... Oh, look! Now we've got a dog all of a sudden. Hi, this is our dog. We are looking after her for a little week, and
She wasn't behaving herself, so I thought I'd put her on
she wants
me.
a little bit of attention. Yeah, bless her. So where were we? Yeah, so we were just about to get into the differences between a Chinese wedding and, say, that of the UK.
And they certainly are different, that's for sure.
They certainly are different. Now, I just want to point out, like, before we get into it, the Chinese wedding that we went to was still with a foreigner and a Chinese person. So it was probably not your really, really typical Chinese wedding.
Yeah, and I wonder whether it probably varies a little bit from province to province as well.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
I've
sure
been
it
to
does.
a traditional, I think it was a Nashi one in like a minority wedding in Yunnan. We got invited to randomly in the
Yeah.
mountains of Yunnan. So that was very different altogether. So.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Generally speaking, I've spoken to a few people, and they kind of follow this day. But obviously, yeah, if there's a foreigner involved, then they probably changed it slightly. First of all, it was really, really lovely. We went to a lovely venue,
Yeah.
and it was a really interesting day because, I think it's nice to see different cultures and how they celebrate things as well.
Of course.
So I mentioned in a British wedding that you actually get married there on the day and you'd get your photos taken.
Yep.
But this isn't what happens in a Chinese wedding. You actually would get married before the wedding.
Yeah, before the wedding.
Yeah, so when we got married in China, we didn't know this. So we were quite dressed up and everybody else was...
Wearing like their sweatpants and like their Ugg boots and stuff.
Yeah, but we were taking photos the same day. So, yeah, so that's why. But that's another thing is photographs. Now, the Chinese people...
Young people.
Yes, who are getting married, love to take extravagant photographs.
I would say like photography is a massive part of Chinese culture. That's what I've noticed. Like people take it very seriously. So if you go to any kind of tourist site or something like that, you'll always see people getting their wedding photos done. And it's not their actual wedding day. They get their photos done before. Yeah. And then they show them off on the day,
and
right?
They display them on the day, like in big things. So it's really interesting. And usually you don't just go to one place. You usually have like a few places. Like one of my friends, she said she went to 4 different places.
Wow, that sounds intense, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the ones that we saw, obviously our friend, she said it was one day and there was 4 different outfit changes. I mean, that sounds exhausting to me.
That sounds so tiring. I just couldn't be bothered, to be honest.
No, we took our own wedding photos.
Yeah.
They turned out pretty good.
We just
but we did
used a tripod and a self timer, and we advanced selfies basically.
But we did go to the Great Wall, so you know we can't really judge too much because
true.
it was a pretty cool place. So yeah, they were 2 things that I really picked up on, which were quite different. But also the way that the day's structured is a little bit different as well. The groom has to go to the bride's hometown.
Okay.
And like kidnap her.
Wow, that's intense.
And bring her back to her home.
Okay.
Like carry her back, apparently. And what, from my understanding, is there's some games and activities like they hide the bride's shoes and she waits for him. And
I've heard about these games. Shoes. Yeah, they sound fun.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different, and then for different periods of the day, you would wear a different outfit.
Gotcha.
As well. So it's quite intense. So people that I've spoken to who've had Chinese weddings, I said, how did you feel? Like, what was it? And they said, it was exhausting. You know, it was tiring because they had to get up really early to do these things.
You have to get up at like 5 a.m. or something to start, right?
Yeah, to like get ready. And then obviously these things happen. And I imagine if your bride lived quite far away, like a few hours away, you'd have to go pick her up. And
yeah, I wonder how they get around that. Let us know because I would love to know more about it.
She just dropped it. So, but also if you live really far away, then they would stay in a hotel. So our friend, she was in a hotel. He came to the hotel to pick her up. Took her back to his, and that's how they did it. So it's interesting. So there's a few other games as well. Please let me know. We weren't involved in the games because it was more of a funny affair, but it seems like there's a big celebration. There's lots of like fireworks going off and things. And like it's quite a fun time.
Yep.
And then the wedding itself wasn't actually that long.
No, they're quite short, and there was. I think they had a few like stacked up during the day at the venue, right? Like,
yeah,
it seemed to me.
I don't know if that's a normal thing, but the wedding itself, she was, because I was thinking,
like the ceremony was
how are we gonna get back in time and things like that? And she said, oh, it's only like 2 hours long or something. So it wasn't very long at all, and we went there, and
we had a bit of food.
Had a bit of food. Yeah, it's more about the dinner. People didn't eat, and then they just go.
Yeah, there's no like once you finished eating, everyone leaves.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had like more drawn out dinners on a Monday night here in Beijing.
Yeah, so I was speaking to my colleague, and she said, "Oh, everyone just comes from the dinner," and basically because they have a bit of a show. There's like a rather than in the UK or the West, you have like a registrar who would like officiate the marriage, and you'd get married there and then, but obviously you're already married, so it's kind of more like a show. There's activities that happen, there's, you know, they come in, then there's like a dress change and things like that, and then some photographs. It
was quite fun though, wasn't it? I enjoyed the atmosphere, and for her wedding they actually, because the groom was from kind of like a village nearby to the venue in Jiangsu province, and so like there was a lot of kind of his extended family there. A lot of people just like kind of from the village, I guess. I'm not sure, but like there was just lots of people there on tables and stuff, and it was quite a fun atmosphere.
It was a really fun atmosphere, and I think it was just like really interesting to see some of the things, and obviously there was quite a lot of foreigners there because she was foreign. And what I did notice was like we got really dressed up because it was a wedding.
Yep.
But They didn't. That's just not so much a thing here.
No, like a lot of the guests were just kind of quite
just
very,
in
very
casual clothing.
You know, like, so that was like a little bit different. And I think it's kind of like we were having so much fun, and then it kind of ended. And I think it was almost like ended before anyone had the chance to embarrass themselves. Whereas in a Western, it's probably a good thing, because in the West, what happens is you have the same sort of nice couple of hours, you sit down, everyone has a meal,
and everyone gets drunk.
And then everything goes a little bit south. Yeah. You're like your best mate will start hitting on someone, like an inappropriate family member, and someone will say something outrageous, then someone will be puking outside. Like it can get.
Someone will be
we've been to some pretty actually quite rowdy weddings, haven't we? I mean, this one here, she well, we won't go into that in this podcast, but you've had a few escapades at friends' weddings, that's for sure.
Yeah. So on that note, I think we should maybe round that up.
Yeah.
Before I embarrass myself without even having a drink. I think it was just such a nice day, and I although I didn't want a big wedding myself, I love going to weddings because I just really love celebrating love. I like. This sounds so cheesy. I love watching dating programs. I'm just really happy for people. I just find it really nice. Like, I get emotional. I love it.
And then you get really drunk.
And then I get really drunk. But we didn't want that because that wasn't for us. But I love going to weddings. So if you're having a wedding, invite me. I'd love it.
Yeah, we'd love to do some more Chinese
and
weddings.
We would actually, and I think the whole experience is just so nice. And it's really nice to see like other cultures come together, especially other cultures come together. We've known both of them for a few years, and it was just really lovely.
Totally.
So obviously we're going to play some clips throughout it. We had such a lovely time, and I think it's just nice to kind of celebrate the different traditions and different cultures as well. So like I said, obviously she was foreign and he was Chinese, so I'm sure it's very different from a very traditional Chinese wedding. If you've got married, tell us what your day was like. Where did you spend it? What did you do? Was it similar? Was it different? And tell us some of the traditions in your country as well.
Yep.
Yeah. On that
I
note,
second that. Let's go to the pub. It's nice.
Let's go to the pub. Yep. Let's go have a drink and celebrate everybody. Let's celebrate love. Okay.
Yeah, let's go have a drink to love. All right, guys.
Bye.
Wherever you are. Bye.